You know, I think there's only one thing to say at this point. Cue the music. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Fable Joey, and I am here with another movie review. Can you guess what it is? I think you can. That is Star Wars The Last Jedi. We need to talk about this movie, and that's why I'm doing a review. I told you guys I was going to do a review of this movie, and I'm following through with that. After this movie was over, because I just saw it yesterday, I had to wait. I just had to let everything digest. I remember as the movie's coming to a close, credits rolling, I literally didn't say anything for like a minute. I was just letting everything that had just happened just sink in. And oh my gosh, guys. This movie is completely amazing. Before we get into the details of this movie, I am going to say a couple of things. The first kind of half of this video is going to be, spoiler-free. Not maybe half of the video, but it will be spoiler-free, and then I will tell you when I'm going into the spoiler territory stuff. You haven't seen this movie yet, you can watch, the video until then after that, I highly suggest you go out, because I will be talking about some main points of the story, and it's just gonna be awful for you, because everyone hates spoilers, unless you don't, and you're weird. We're gonna get right into this, and I'm so excited to start. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars The Last Jedi is a 2017 directed movie by Rian Johnson. It is the 8th entry in the Star Wars series. Can you believe it? I mean, we're 8 movies in to the main thing here. Plus we have Rogue One, a TV series, The Clone Wars, which is amazing, and just about everything about Star Wars is amazing, except for you, Jar Jar. You're still back there in the dust. I'm sorry. That's not going to change. Anyway, guys, Star Wars The Last Jedi. Let's talk about this without spoilers for a second here. I gotta get something out of the way. I do not love Force Awakens, and that's gonna hurt a couple of people who really love that movie, but I don't know. It kind of hit me the wrong way in a couple of places, and I was super excited for The Last Jedi because I thought maybe it could redeem some of the things that I didn't like about Force Awakens, you know? And I was 100% right. This movie just, everything about Force Awakens, it makes me like Force Awakens more after seeing this movie. Just, holy crap. Like, I didn't think, I went in there with high expectations. I go into Star Wars movies with high expectations all the time, which I probably shouldn't, just in case one of them happens to be bad once in a while, which hasn't really happened. The last 3 Star Wars movies have been awesome. I just didn't love Force Awakens as much as I should have. But getting that out of the way, it's a totally different movie. Rian Johnson, this is the only movie I've seen directed by him, I think, but holy crap, he blew it out of the water. His style is definitely there. Some of the parts of the movie do not feel like a Star Wars movie, but I kind of like that because it's new and it's just refreshing, and it deserves to be there. There's so much about this movie that I like. There's only a couple things that I don't like. Just let me say this before I go into spoiler territory. You're worried about this movie not being good, just throw your worries away. Seriously, this movie will blow you out of the water. It is amazing. Amazing. If you want to skip to the end of the video, partially, I'll probably be done with spoilers by then. You can check it out and see what I give this review out of 10. And after this, since if you guys don't want to know any spoilers, I would click away right now. Thanks for watching. Then, you can skip to the end to see my review, but we are heading into spoiler territory, so I can talk about the movie now, and we can get on with the actual review, Star Wars The Last Jedi. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. The spoilery part of my review for Star Wars The Last Jedi. So, let's talk about this movie. Main characters, you got some returning cast of characters and new characters. You got Rey, Finn, Poe, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, a returning character. Last time we saw him was Return of the Jedi, which is just, I don't know, it was a long time coming. I mean, we saw him in Force Awakens, but it was like 25 seconds or something. So really, I'm saying Return of the Jedi was the last time we saw him. At least talk. I mean, if that counts. But let's talk about this guy. So, new characters. We actually do have some new characters. And, I don't know. Personally, I do think they're kind of weak. Mainly, you know what, let's just do this right now. Like I said, there are things that I love about this movie, things that I don't like. Let's get those things that I do not like about this movie out of the way right now. There is a particular scene in this movie It's about 20 minutes long. It switches off back and forth from different parts, but oh my gosh, I don't know. It's just some of it just it hit me the wrong way in every direction. Finn and Rose. Rose is a new character. They set off on a journey so they can help shut down like some like things so they can get away from the main ship, like the main bad guy ship. They go on this they just go away from the main story. I feel like they're in this area. I mean, they kind of had to do it for the movie, but I feel like they could have done it in a different way because it just doesn't fit there. If I'm being plain honest, this is the only like big complaint. I didn't think it needed to be there. So Finn and Rose, their thing didn't need to be there. And I actually do like Finn. I know some people don't like Finn. I do like Finn's character, and I felt like he deserved better because I did not like anything that they were doing in the scene. I really didn't. Which is, I wanted to like it, and I tried, but I don't know. I don't like it. The whole scene, I just like, when are we going to get back to Luke? And I was like, I'd rather see Poe, Dameron, and I love all the scenes with Poe. And all right, let's move on to the next thing that I don't like. Bad use of Phasma. So Phasma, I think, is an excellent character, although we haven't seen much of her. So she was entrance in Force Awakens, and she was only in it for a little bit, which I thought was sad because I thought she was going to be a big character. And guess what they did? They did the exact same thing. Literally, she is in like probably 2 or 3 minutes of this movie. Like, she's killed off in this movie. I mean, we don't know if we'll see her again, but I really doubt we will. But, I mean, it's Star Wars. We saw Yoda in this movie, so we could see her. But the thing, I don't know, I just think that she's a good character, and I don't think they should just ruin it by, oh, dead. Like, seriously, there one little fight, her and Finn, another part, just the way that that's set up. Like, I know the whole ship gets, like, ripped in half, but, like, what the heck? Like, how did... They were, like, with them. It's like, execute them. And, like, Finn and Rose were about to die. And then, all of a sudden, explosion. They're gone. Like, they wake up. They're like, oh, get up. They're on the other side of the room. Like, when they were right next to him. This happens. They're on the other side of the room. And then they come. And it's, like, some big fight. She has all her people. I'm like, how did that not affect them? Like, the blast did nothing. They just walk up. And they have this fight scene. Like, I don't know. That... One more complaint before we get into the good stuff. I know it's boring to hear me complain, but Snoke. Let's just talk about this for a second. Although I do like the character of Snoke, we didn't really get much with him. And this is, if you're still watching and you're like haven't seen this movie yet, I would click away right now because I'm about to say something. Snoke is killed in this movie. What? Like, no, seriously, what? Why would they do that? I don't get it, because he was supposed to be like some supreme leader, like you think he's gonna be the bad guy for at least 9 or 8. No, he's not even a big part. He literally gets killed off. Like, pretty close towards the end of the movie. But, now that I'm done with my complaints, I can talk about the good things. This Star Wars movie, there's so many scenes that just left me jaw dropped. I'm gonna talk about my favorite scene at the end of the movie. Right now, we're going to do a couple of the smaller ones. Let's talk about the entrance to this film. Holy crap, I thought this was a strong entrance. Like, it starts off with Poe, again. Poe is the start of Force Awakens. It starts off with Poe, and it's just, oh my gosh, it's excellent. It's just executed really well. Which brings to the fact Rian Johnson's new style. I don't know if I think this is the best looking Star Wars, but it could be like, oh, sorry, I was getting something there. It could be something like, sorry, I just got a call. I gotta address that, but, I don't know. I just thought that, like, Rogue One did it a little bit better with the looks. I mean, I just thought some of the looks in Rogue One just really were, like, it, like, made your eyes, like, whoa. They took a lot of time in this, and they really did. I say this is the second one. Rogue One just really stood out to me in stylized fashion. But let's get back to the movie at hand. So like I said, strong entry point. Really strong entry point. And I love this part of the movie. I feel like it's split into separate parts. You go into different character lines here. Like I said, the one that I don't like, Finn and Rose, just completely useless. Hated that part. But that was really like the only part that I didn't like. Every scene with Mark Hamill and Daisy Ridley just landed for me. It just worked. I was going to say something about that, but you really do feel a connection between Rey and Luke in this film. Especially, I gotta say, some people have been saying that this is Mark Hamill's performance of his career, and I undoubtedly agree. You just see Luke in a way that you never have before. He is truly beaten. You can tell just by the way that stuff goes down in this movie. You can tell that the past events have taken a toll on him. This was like, it was so weird to see our favorite legend hero like this, withered old man, who is just he's kind of mean. He's kind of a mean dude at the beginning, which I was kind of expecting, but just what they decided to do with him in the end made up for it. I do think this is Mark Hamill's performance of his career. Holy crap. Just especially because the comeback that you get from him in this movie, you don't see, what you do see of him is fantastic, but I think really in the last 30 minutes you really see his importance in this movie. He's just, I think it's magnificent what he was able to do. And another, again, huge spoiler here, Luke does retire from life in this movie. So yes, Luke does die in The Last Jedi, which is something that I wasn't truly expecting. I thought that he would come back in 9, but I think that the way that they sent him off is as good as it's ever going to be. And it was perfectly done. And let's talk about this again, someone else being sent off. She didn't die in the movie, but Carrie Fisher did pass away. I was super sad. I loved Leia in the original trilogy, and it's so sad, but, I don't know what they're gonna do with her in 9. I don't want her to be CGI'd the whole time. Some people might, say, oh, she's crucial to the plot, but I don't know. I don't know if I can pay attention to a CGI Leia for a whole movie, So I hope they find a way around that, but, yeah. I guess that CGI stuff kind of bugged me. With Tarkin, it was pretty good. I didn't notice that a ton, and they've done that with Leia in Rogue One, and it was fine there. So I'm not mad about that decision to do the CGI because I thought it made for a great ending scene for Rogue One, but I do think that for a whole movie, no, I don't think it'll work. But that's just my opinion. Alright guys, well I have talked about a lot of the things that I like about the movie, and there are a ton, but there is this scene in this movie that it literally left me speechless. I think it's honestly one of my favorite scenes in The Last Jedi, and in any Star Wars movie, literally ever. I think it is just executed perfectly, and this is the scene where Kylo Ren and Rey team up together and take down the Imperial Guards after Snoke is killed. This scene, one of my biggest complaints about Force Awakens was the lightsaber battle at the end. It was weak. It really was. It was like 2 minutes long. It was weak. And this scene just redeemed the crap out of that. It's just, I think it's only 3-4 minutes long, but it is crazy, crazy good. There's awesome choreography here, which they didn't have a ton of in The Force Awakens. I don't know what Rey was doing with her little jab thing, but it wasn't very good. Let's just say that. But definitely, holy crap, this scene is amazing. It's like one of those action scenes where you're like mouth dropped the whole time. And the end, oh my gosh, it's just so cool. I just totally geeked out right there. There's this one point where both of them are kind of pinned down, and Kylo he's really pinned. He's got one of the guards has this thing choking him out. He's got his staff thing, and Rey is also being pinned. She is able to escape from the person who's pinning her, and Kylo's standing there, and she throws her lightsaber to him. He catches it, turns it on, and the beam goes straight through the back of the head of the bad guy, while he's gripping him, and he just falls to the floor, and you'll know what I mean when you see it. It's beautiful. It really is. It's freaking amazing. That was my favorite scene in the movie. It was really, really, really cool. I wanted that. I know that Star Wars films can be good without lightsaber action. Rogue One proved that, but I do like to see it. And, I mean, we didn't get anything Revenge of the Sith worthy here, but I thought it was a fantastic scene. It's my favorite scene of the movie. Right now, I guess we're coming towards the end of my video. I'm going to change up the music one last time, and we're going to talk about my official rating for this movie. I think some of you are going to be pretty surprised, and some of you won't be surprised. Then maybe we can get to our Star Wars ranking some other time. I don't know, somewhere. I will, in my ranking, instead of doing an individual review for all the movies, give a score out of 10 for each one, leading up all 9 Star Wars movies. So yeah, let's get into my final verdict of this film. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for my final verdict of Star Wars The Last Jedi. I've been waiting for this movie for 2 years. Did it deliver? Heck yes, it did. Every single moment, except for those little nitpicks I have, are just, it blew me away. I really didn't expect that at all. I knew I was gonna love it, because I love, like, every Star Wars movie, but still, there was something so special about this movie that it blew me away. It really did. That's all I can say. We lost characters, we found new characters, it's everything that I wanted a Star Wars film to be. And it truly is. You'll see where it stands in my official ranking. Guys, out of 10, I'm gonna give Star Wars The Last Jedi a 9.6 out of 10. I think this movie, besides some minor flaws, it's brilliant. Rian Johnson, if you want to make your own trilogy, I fully support this now. Seriously, The Last Jedi is excellent in every meaning of the word. I love this movie. If you haven't seen this yet and you're still watching, go see it. Seriously, you didn't like Force Awakens? It's better than Force Awakens. Seriously, I think it is the best Star Wars film since The Empire Strikes Back. You'll see where it stands in my ranking. That kind of gives away some stuff there, but I mean, seriously, it's amazing. Seriously, if you are a huge Star Wars fan, you haven't seen this yet, maybe you haven't got the time, I think this is the perfect time to go see it. Seriously, it's gonna blow you away, and I can see myself seeing this many more times. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was my review on Star Wars The Last Jedi. You know what I think of it now. Now, comment down below what you thought of this movie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you like this video. Like it if you want me to do more movie reviews. I loved this Star Wars movie. I really hope you guys love it. I will see you next time.